Hello, Vipassana yogis. Have you ever wondered what life would be like if you committed to a daily meditation? Doing your 2-hour meditation a day, or even if it's 10, 20, 30 minutes, however long you do it. We'll explore how daily meditation can improve your emotional balance, transform your relationship with negative thoughts and other thoughts, transform dissatisfaction into joy, enhance sleep quality, and help you to spiritually grow as a human being, right? So stick with me until the end to discover how deepening your meditation practice can lead to significant shifts in your life. All right, the first one, emotional balance, right? This is the number one thing that I find in my day-to-day life. That's the most important benefit that I get from my daily practice, right? So I'll talk a little bit about how my life was before I had a daily practice. And, there were themes of this throughout my life. I would have this constant in the background, low grade, sometimes medium grade dissatisfaction or emptiness or irritation. There was, that is just constantly there throughout the day. Sometimes it's in the background when I'm like doing stuff and I'm busy and I like don't really notice it. But then when it's silent, it like comes and it becomes louder and I'm like, holy shit, what is this? And it was like the way that I was going through my days was, I would wake up and I'm like, fine, I guess I should be grateful. And then I'm just like dreading work and I get to work and I can't wait for it to end. And then I go home and I'm just like waiting for the night to come and I'm like pushing through by just binge watching stuff so I can just shut off my brain and not have to think and then going to sleep. And it was just like this constant thing of this just dissatisfaction that was just bugging me. It was just like inside me, like making me feel yucky, to be honest. And it was like the way that I saw life, the way that I was living life, the way I saw activities, it was just like I wanted to all end so I could go to sleep. But then it was like I went to sleep and woke up and it was the same thing again, right? So the number one thing that my day-to-day notices is that feeling. With daily Vipassana meditation practice, right? And this is why it is so worth the 2 hours to me. Like it is, it's not even a question if it's worth 2 hours, because that feeling has been transformed into like the opposite, right? Now it is low grade joy, like just this constant joy and peace and bliss. And again, it's like low grade, like nothing too major. Of course, when I'm in the 1 hour meditation, sometimes I feel super blissful, sometimes not. That changes, but it's that background noise throughout the day that I'm talking about. So it went from that low grade irritation, dissatisfaction, that's just kind of, you're running away from everything, to like, holy moly, life can actually be good. Like I just felt good. Like I just felt like my default, like when silence came and I wasn't doing an activity, the default was like, oh, look at how awesome life is. Look at how good we feel, right? Instead of in the before times, it would be like that feeling would come and I'm like, ugh, life. Like, what is this? Like, why is it happening? I can't, like, it was just a struggle. So my daily Vipassana meditation practice has helped transform that. And that is like what honestly keeps me on a daily meditation practice and what makes me say, it is 100% worth it. The investment is worth it, because to go from feeling like life is a chore and everything is a bother to holy moly, look at this. Life is actually joyful. Life can feel good. So, if you have not committed to a daily meditation yet, please do, right? This time that you spend is such a huge investment, with so many returns, right? So moving on to benefit number 2, right? Obsessive thoughts, negative thoughts, whatever mental patterns that you have, it can really change that. It's changed that for me. Right? So I used to experience, and I'm going to highlight specifically like judgmental thoughts, self-judgmental thoughts that I had before, and it would like create these other feelings of, feeling like I'm not worthy, feeling low self-confidence, and like all these kinds of things. So before my meditation, before I had a daily meditation practice, whenever like a thought comes up that was like, hey, you should really, freaking go to the gym more, you don't look so great, go to the gym, or something like this, I would like feel judged. I would feel like I wasn't good enough, and I would try to counteract this, right? I would say, hey, no, I love myself. No, I'm awesome. And I would try to have these ideas in my head of why I shouldn't feel this way and why I shouldn't do this, right? But what I realized was this was just a form of like escapism. I was just running away from what the feeling was or what the thought was. And I was just trying to have good feelings. I was so afraid of bad feelings and like bad thoughts that I was so reactive, right? And so one thing Vipassana has helped me to do is like just be less reactive to things and be able to see them for what they are. And this was when a profound insight came to my mind, right? And that was that these thoughts are really rooted in goodness, right? They're rooted in goodness. And what's really happening is I'm observing something, right? I'm observing, let's say I'm looking in the mirror, I'm looking at my body. I don't have a six pack. I don't look the best in the whole wide world. What I realize is that those thoughts, right, were a reflection of the culmination of past actions that I had performed to get me to where I was at, which is, me like looking in the mirror and having these thoughts. Now, before I would be like, no, you got to love yourself, blah, 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 and all of this kind of stuff. But then really it was like recognizing, hello, kitty, recognizing that, whoa, there is some truth in this. There is some truth in this thought. And if I were to change the actions that I did from now into the future, and then I saw some results. I was actually living the kind of life that this thought was kind of pushing me towards, a better life, by the way, that if I was living that way, then in the future, if I was to look in the mirror, I would have completely different thoughts, right? Because the reality of the situation has changed. Like another example, I used to overuse my phone a lot, right? I had a phone addiction. And whenever I would be using my phone and I like get to the end of the night and I'm like, I feel so drained. Why did I just doom scroll? Why did I, have stronger will? You're just not, good enough and all this kind of stuff. And then now my relationship to it has changed where, if I catch myself doom scrolling again, now it's like, hey, this signal, like this yucky feeling, this drainage, this emptiness that I feel after using it, this is a signal telling me you are not on the right path. You're on the wrong path. And it is kind of pushing me towards go do something that will make you feel good. Go do something where you feel refreshed and rejuvenated afterwards, because we don't like this. We don't like you doing this and we're going to react negatively, right? Or think about, when you're drinking, like I don't drink anymore. And a part of that was, right, this negative feelings that I got, these hangovers, this signal from my body that, hey, we don't like this. This is hurtful. So we're going to give you pain. We're going to give you discomfort to signal to you that you need to change what you're doing. And so this has really shifted my perspective and my relationship to, not even just my negative thoughts, but all my thoughts, whatever they might be. Some are neutral, some are positive, all of them, to see the truth in them, right? Vipassana has always been, to see reality as it is. And before, I wanted to see reality as I wanted it to be, right? I wanted to feel confident and good about myself, even if the facts of the matter were I was living my life in a way that is contradicting that. But I wanted to feel that way. And so I would like use these mantras or, just this inauthentic feeling, like fake it till you make it kind of imposter kind of thing. But that didn't work. And then now I'm like, what is the truth? And what is the actual reality? And how do I actually change my day-to-day life? How do I actually change who I am so that the reality is I am self-confident and not just telling myself that I am self-confident? Like, how can I actually love myself instead of feeling like I don't love myself, but then thinking I shouldn't feel that way and then trying to suppress or escape from that and trying to say, well, I do love myself. So this was like one important thing that comes from daily meditation is like, it's really hard to see this if you just do meditation here and there, you just kind of do it like once a week or twice a week. It's hard to see these kind of deep things, because to really see them, right, you have to be experiencing these every single day so that you're going deeper and deeper into your mind, right? And now the next big thing is, of course, dealing with irritation, dealing with stress, dealing with management. I mean, dealing with anxiety, dealing with everything that you gotta do. And this kind of feeds into, what I've been talking about. Is I'm just mentally stronger. I'm mentally able to just handle a lot more, have this positive outlook. It takes a lot more to get me stressed, to get me anxious. I'm able to go to work. I'm able to do what I need without creating too much tension in my mind, right? And finding that ease, finding how do I use my mind in such a way that it actually does things nicely, right? It's like, I have a bicycle. And, I can ride it for a while, but then I have to do maintenance on it, right? I got to clean the chains. I got to, especially the chains, I got to tighten the brakes. I got to do all this kind of work to keep it in really good shape. And if I don't do that, then my bike, right, is going to suffer. The brakes will stop braking because like all the brake pads are gone and I can't stop and I'm in dangerous situations. Or, the chain is so dirty and clogged that I am exerting so much effort to pedal and I'm just damaging the wheel and the whatever is like spinning the chain. And so that is kind of what meditation does, is like it lubricates your mental system. It keeps it in tip-top shape so that it is running efficiently. And when you don't meditate daily, right, when you don't take care of your mind daily, that, that junk builds up, the wear and tear really builds up. And then you're using an inefficient, like dirty, unmaintained bike. You're going to be wasting a lot of energy. You're going to be so much more frustrated. You're not going to get as far. And there's all these things that will happen. And I really noticed that with my meditation. And so it creates this, mental strength, mental ability, and just lots of mental benefits that allows me to use my brain and my mind to do everything, because, we do everything with our minds. And so if you don't take care of that mind, you're going to suffer every single day. So that is another big, big benefit of a daily meditation practice, is doing the maintenance on your mind, doing what it needs to stay in tip-top shape. Right. And then this connects to the next benefit as well of a daily meditation practice. And that is vastly improved sleep quality. Right. I just am so different when I meditate. I wake up so different in the morning if I meditated the night before than if I didn't. Better than taking like melatonin. I've never done like any other sleep drugs besides that. Excuse me, but way better, right? Like I would, before I would have a hard time sleeping, and I never knew that I had a hard time sleeping until I actually got into a consistent meditation practice, and I was able to see the benefits. I was able to see what feeling rested from, 7 hours of sleep actually felt like, whereas before, the only thing I had to compare it to was, me not meditating, sleeping for 10 hours, waking up, feeling groggy, feeling tired, feeling like oh my God, life is a chore again, right? Connected to my earlier points. It was just this constant state of holy shit, everything is just so miserable. But now with the better sleep, once I was able to meditate and see and like actually wake up feeling good and feeling energized and feeling like, yeah, I got some good rest. I'm ready to get up and bounce on the day. Like that is such an important benefit. And I definitely noticed that I've been practicing daily for almost 4 years. And even now, if I like don't meditate as much, because I will admit, sometimes I'll start meditating late for whatever reason. You know, I might have gone to a wedding or done something and I'm like up late and I start to meditate late. You know, I'll like be sitting on a couch or sitting on a chair, start meditating, and I would fall asleep like 10, 20, 30 minutes into the meditation. And I would notice, like I would sleep for the same amount of time, right? Usually a wedding or something is on a weekend night. So I would still get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, but since I only meditated for like 20 minutes or something, I would feel the effects a lot more than the other nights where I would sleep around the same time pretty late, but I was just, you know, doing some other stuff and I had gotten a full 1 hour of meditation in and I slept the same amount. I would wake up feeling more revitalized, more energized. So, you know, just imagine waking up and being able to be like, holy moly, this is awesome. I feel so engaged. So that is another big way. And that really just sets you up again to go through your day much more clear, much more energized, and your work day is a lot better. Your relationships are a lot better. As a matter of fact, all these things that I've mentioned make your relationships way better, right? You're less angry, less quick to like shout at somebody or even lash out in irritation. You're, you know, energized enough to be able to play with your kids when they need you. Like you come home after work. Well, look, you had a good night's sleep. You've had this low constant great joy or bliss throughout the day. You've been able to work, do all your work responsibilities, living in the moment. Then when you come home to play with your kids, you actually have the energy to do that, right? And so all of it really actually helps with your relationships a lot. And now the final benefit, super important, but also one of those where some people might not prioritize it. But the, you know, final benefit of a daily meditation practice, actually there's way more benefits than this, but these are just the ones I picked for this video, is that it enhances your spiritual process, right? Vipassana meditation and a daily meditation practice really connects you to the nature of reality, right? Where I'm sitting, observing the sensations in my body. My body is made up of molecules that are made up of atoms that are following and influenced by universal laws of physics. And I am observing this large system, right? This complete universe and how it is creating me or sustaining this body. Right. And so I'm observing this much deeper aspect of what reality is in the meditation, specifically in Vipassana meditation. I know there's other meditations where people are like visualizing and stuff. That's, you know, more of your stuff. But in terms of observing my body, this is a function of the universe. And I am like getting, you know, one-on-one time with this deeper thing of, well, what is all of this? You know, what is going on? What is like these deep spiritual questions of what's the meaning of all of this? How do I live in all of this? What is my place in all of this? How can you know that if you don't actually observe what all of this is? And not all of this in our mind and the people we talk to and the jobs that we do, but this as in this life. Like, what is this life and what is it a part of? So a daily meditation practice really develops like spiritual, you know, wisdom and spiritual knowledge and spiritual living. And a daily practice is really important because it's kind of like, you know, building a muscle. I use this example a lot in the video. If you just go to the gym and you lift weights, you know, once a week, twice a week, are you going to get to, you know, are you going to become a bodybuilder? Are you going to be like in tip top, like Olympic style? You're not. Are you like, you know, if you're a runner or something, if you just run 10 minutes twice a week, 3 times a week, Are you going to be the best runner in the world? Or heck, are you going to be able to compete? Are you going to like, it just takes so much time to like build whatever it is in whatever area that you're living, whether it's mental, physical, emotional. It takes a lot of time and investment. So the more that you invest in your emotional, in your meditation practice, the more you will grow spiritually and the more you'll experience all the benefits, that I have been talking about, and especially spiritually, right? You'll just feel really connected to life. You'll feel deeply connected to the universe. You'll feel so at peace with yourself, right? And it's really essential. So as you dive deeper into your daily practice, you might uncover insights and experiences that really change you and enhance your life for the positive, which again, daily practice is really necessary for that. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how come our mind is like this. Well, it's like this because it's like this, right? Imagine like for me, I will wear this shirt. I put it on in the morning, I wear it, and then I'm not going to wear it again until I wash it, right? Or I go, I take a shower every day. Like I just have to, like my body gets kind of dirty and stinky and I got to go shower every single day. It's the same with our mind. Like our mind gets dirty every single day and we have to clean it every single day, right? Like I would not wear this 3 days, 4 days, 5 days in a row, right? I would not go that long without washing this because I'm like, okay, this is the optimal amount of time. For me, it's like a day to wear this and then I need to wash it. So when it comes to my mind and meditation, it's like, this is the optimal amount of time that I can wear it and be good. And that just happens to be, I have found 2 hours a day, 1 hour in the morning. And after 12 hours or 14 hours, my mind gets really dirty and it needs to be washed. So I wash it at night for an hour. And then I sleep and somehow it still gets more dirty throughout the night. And then I have to wash it again before using it. So it's just like that kind of understanding. Why does it get that dirty that quickly? It's like asking me, why do I have to wash my shirt once I wear it? I don't know. It just is the way that it is. So as you deepen your practice, you might discover insights and experience transformative changes. Now, have you ever considered how Vipassana meditation can help you understand death, right? It offers profound peace and clarity. And if you want to know more about how Vipassana experience helps you with your relationship with death, check out this video or maybe this video, wherever it comes. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.